In 2026, the sheer volume of video content required to stay competitive means traditional, manual production cycles are no longer financially viable. Bridging that gap requires moving towards automated workflows, but staring down a list of 15 different top platforms leads straight to choice paralysis and the very real risk of misallocating your remaining budget. Selecting a platform without a clear strategy often results in expensive mistakes. You might trigger a copyright claim by using a consumer tool for a corporate ad, or sink 40 hours into a pro-grade interface just to create a simple social post. We are stripping away the marketing hype to evaluate these platforms strictly by what they require, how much they cost, and who they serve. Effective production in this environment relies on identifying your biggest operational bottleneck and finding the tool whose central trade-off matches your specific constraints. Original content generators represent tools capable of manufacturing entirely new scenes from zero, using nothing but a text prompt or a static image. If you look at all-in-one platforms like InVideo AI or Canva, the input requirement is minimal. You type a single sentence, and within minutes, the system provides a complete asset with a generated script, synchronized audio, and visual B-roll. This speed relies on templates and stock media. As data shows, high ease of use results in very low creative control, restricting unique visual identities. Professional tier models like Runway take the opposite approach. These tools require you to manually dictate camera movements and use features like the multi-motion brush to animate specific elements. This precision requires a significant time investment to learn, plus a paid professional subscription. In corporate environments, a third variable is the priority: verifiable commercial safety for every frame. Adobe Firefly guarantees outputs are legally safe for commercial use. However, accessing these protections requires operating within their proprietary and often more restrictive creative ecosystem. Generating original video requires a choice between three competing priorities. You can optimize for speed, granular control, or commercial safety, but the current technology forces you to sacrifice one to get the other two. When you already have raw footage, the goal shifts from generation to post-production, specifically how to refine and repurpose what you have already shot. Automated clipping tools like Opus Clip are designed to process long-form assets. You feed the system a 2-hour recording, and it automatically extracts a batch of short-form highlights for social media. These tools make editorial choices based on audio volume and keyword frequency. By automating this, you lose the ability to capture subtle editorial nuances, and you risk the AI stripping essential context from the final clips. An alternative approach is text-based timeline editing. This interface aligns the video timeline directly with a written transcript. Deleting a sentence in the transcript instantly removes the corresponding footage from the timeline, snapping the surrounding clips perfectly together. This text-first logic is highly efficient for dialogue, but it is not designed for multi-camera sequences or visual montages that rely on rhythm rather than spoken words. Current AI editing tools function as specialized scalpels for dialogue and high-volume clipping. They complement but do not yet replace traditional nonlinear editors for complex multi-track storytelling. Business suites introduce the use of AI-generated human avatars that read scripts in over 100 different languages. Platforms like Synthesia and HeyGen are built for high-volume information transfer, such as converting static training manuals into standardized corporate communications. Using these digital humans eliminates the need to hire actors, book studio space, or manage technical lighting setups, significantly lowering the barrier to entry for video production. While the technical capabilities shown here are impressive, these avatars currently lack the ability to replicate deep emotional inflection. This makes them an ineffective choice for brand storytelling that requires a genuine connection with the audience. There is also a recurring financial commitment. Most professional business suites cost between $24 and $29 per month, which can degrade the return on investment for teams that only have infrequent one-off video needs. These suites serve as highly efficient utilities for high-volume information, but they are not yet a substitute for human performers in emotive, high-stakes campaigns. Selecting the right tool starts with identifying your specific production bottleneck rather than searching for a universal piece of software. This decision tree begins with one foundational question: do you already have existing footage to work with? If you are a social marketer focused on time and budget, prioritize production volume. Canva, NVIDIA AI, or Opus Clip will allow you to scale quickly, provided you are comfortable with a more generic visual style. For corporate leaders prioritizing studio overhead and legal safety, Synthesia and Adobe Firefly provide the necessary scalability for training and internal communications. Creative professionals aiming for cinematic quality should commit to the more complex interfaces of Runway or Descript to maintain granular control over their final output. Avoid committing to an annual plan today. Use the free tiers of your recommended tool this week to stress test the workflow against a real project currently on your desk. Navigating the AI video market in 2026 is a matter of identifying your specific operational friction and mastering the one platform built to eliminate it.